Yeah, but I didn't want to say this, but people when people talk about owners, they don't really know like who they talking about, like an owner of this, an owner of that, right? An owner 9 times out of 10 don't come from a sports, football, basketball, none of that background. They come from being a CEO, a VP, vice president, president of this board, right? So they think very strategic, very point A to point B. We're gonna get it there, get it done, try to get this check in, and they're gonna get their returns on their investment, right? So when people be like, oh, why they don't want to pay their players? You gotta think about it. I'll put it so how we can understand it. When you got a job and you got a car note, you got insurance, you got rent, you got this, you got that. That's how they look at these players. They don't look at them as assets. They look at them as like they gonna do this for me, and they gonna give me this much money kind of thing. You don't look at your car with feelings. You look at it as it's gonna get me from point A to point B. They look at these athletes as he gonna get me this many yards from, and he gonna work it. I'm gonna be able to work him.
I'm not mad at Lamar and athletes that you are the business, you are the brand.
They gonna work you from this year to this year. And when it's time to pay up, they know they used you for what they used you for. They used you for the value that they now. The money that you asking for now is the money you should have got when you was doing what you was doing, kind of thing. That's why if you don't know what you're doing as a player, you're not gonna get paid. Like you got
listen. And we gonna cut it. We gonna cut it. We gonna cut it. I just want to be clear and let you guys know.
Yes, sir.
That the AFC East is probably the best division in the NFL.
AFC East? Okay.
AFC East. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Top to bottom. You're right.
Thank you. He's a hater. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm a hater.
Because your face.
I'm not agreeing. I'm just saying rank the teams top to bottom.
Oh well, you know what I'm saying. We ain't gonna get into all that, but you got the Jets, you got the Patriots, you got the Dolphins.
Please,
that's all I'm gonna say. And on that note, you to the people out there, welcome to Under Review. We got Jerry in the house.
What's good?
We got Lawrence in the house, and you got your girl Nash. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Just a girl who loves her sports and has fun talking shit about it. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
NFL free agency frenzy. Word. It's lit. The news really doesn't stop. Obviously, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers are the big deal. Yeah. And other teams are scrambling, doing their thing. Shit, kick it off. Who want to talk about what? We going to talk about the little guys, or we going to talk about the heavy hitters, Lamar and Aaron?
Let's go into like some of the little, like the smaller.
Jalen Ramsey to the Dolphins. I think it's a good look. The Dolphins also need somebody else in the corner. We actually broke down last week what the AFC East needs. What y'all think about that? I like it.
Yeah, what's this? Like Jalen, he a shutdown corner, so of course he can always help any defense. All right. Wait.
No, I'm asking a serious question.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I would say he's a top corner.
He is a top corner, I agree. Yeah. I don't think he has to be that guy in Miami.
I mean, they have Xavier Howard. Neither one of them have to be that guy.
Xavier.
Kind of thing. They could, work off of each other. Yeah. They could stay on whatever side they want to play.
But you don't think Jalen today still is he's following the number one? Why
Absolutely he is.
One?
Absolutely.
Anywhere on the field he's following him?
I think he is.
And he locking him down?
But that was always his role, because he was always that guy on every team he's been on, right? Even on the Rams. Will they utilize him like that, to Lauren's point? Like on the Dolphins, how they scheme things?
They have Xavier Howard, who's also a shutdown corner. Yeah, with the Dolphins. He just signed with the Dolphins. I think that they'll use him to his best ability. I think that they'll leave Xavier Howard to do
most of the
I guess I mean
nice. Don't get me wrong.
You could put Jalen Ramsey on a big physical guy. Let Xavier Howard run around with the fast guys. And
that's true.
Let Jalen Ramsey get physical.
Yeah.
And then you could also put him at nickel corner, like you said. Put him at the safety position. Let him blitz. Let him. Yeah, run around.
That's what I had.
That's a good pickup. Like, and
I think it is.
They traded a tight end, right? Like,
I believe so. In the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
I believe so.
Like the Rams, it was at this point because they sold their soul to win that ring. So now they got to rebuild at this point.
Which is okay.
Yeah,
you know what you're doing.
Exactly, and I mean it worked for them, but now they got to rebuild. So getting away, I think they gave away Jalen. So at Miami, that was a good pickup for them. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, that was smart.
I think Miami's going into like a win down.
Yeah, they making moves.
And look, they picked up on Tua's 5th year, which was smart.
Yeah.
You think so? Or do you think they could have waited another year?
Look at what the Giants paid fucking Daniel Jones.
But do the Dolphins really mean it, or did they just pick it up to shut everybody down? Because literally before that pickup, they literally said that they had all options open for quarterback.
I think
which made me seem like
bro.
I don't.
Niggas just be chatting. These GMs be fucking chatty patty now, man.
From a football point of view, from Josh McDaniels.
No, you were right.
Mike McDaniels, from his perspective, I think he likes what he has at quarterback. I think they get along from
he's talented.
quarterback to coach kind of thing. But from a business perspective, general manager, office, front, they want to see what they can get for this guy.
And who did they just pick up as a backup? Which tells me Mike Effin White from the Jets.
I thought he was in Tampa.
Oh no.
Miami?
Baker Mayfield's in Tampa.
Or they're going there trying to get him. But look, think about it. Mike,
Tampa desperate.
But look. What were you gonna do if you didn't pick up on his 5th year? Because
Mike
you still
Evans.
got him on his rookie deal.
Right.
Really, who would y'all say is better, Daniel Jones or Tua?
I'm going with Tua.
I'm gonna
100%.
say I'm a Tua fan. I'm not a. You put Tua stats next to anybody when he's actually on the field. Right. They're up there with the best.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's why I asked that question.
I think it was a smart move, though. I think overall, a smart move. You pick up on his 5th year, you see what happens. If he gets hurt and he's not the guy, all right, then don't re-sign him.
Right.
You didn't have to pay him like you did Daniel Jones, right? And so you can next year go after a quarterback maybe in the free agency, or you try to draft in the later rounds. I mean, if the Dolphins are okay, they may be mid-round. They may try to trade up to get a quarterback next year. So it's not a bad look, and you're still building the team. So if Tua isn't the guy, you still have a relatively good team for next year. You try to get another quarterback and try to win now still. So it was a smart move for them to pick up on the 5th year.
I think Tua is the guy with an asterisk only because of his health, right? So
I don't think I don't think Tua. I'm not gonna say he has. How should I say this? I don't think that many people are counting Tua in before the injuries, before the concussion. I don't think many people were high on Tua.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't. But I'm very much.
Wasn't. I remember.
But I'm very much.
I was fighting with you.
No, but
I'm
very much. Show me what you got, right? I'm very
but
much.
He showed this year.
But he showed me, and that's why I kept saying, because I got no problem being loud and wrong. Or this is a business of opinion. Shit changes every day.
Of course.
So I kept saying in the past, sometimes we as fans get so conditioned to the Cam Newtons and the Joe Burrows and the people who hit the ground running instantaneously and still maintain a high level of play. That's not every quarterback. Some quarterbacks need their years to develop, i.e., I'm not sold on Daniel Jones, right? I'm not sold on him, yes, but it's different. Like Tua, I was like, I'm not sold, but let's see if you can develop. Daniel Jones, I'm more like, I'm not sold, and I don't think you're it necessarily for this organization.
My perspective on Tua was like, look at the kid's numbers, look at the kid's stat, look at his play. How does he get all his hate before he even steps on the field?
And a lot of it has to do with the media, because the media, he can't throw a ball, he can't do this, and he can't do that.
Great long game. Like, I mean, he got a great long ball. Like, him and Tariq, people didn't really think he would be as great. I felt like that was that was a given, bro. Dude's a deep ball monster. Like, he can fucking fling the ball 50 yards, no problem. And Tariq can get open on the streak. So I look at it like this, right? When you look at the game of football, especially last decade, a lot of greats that we talk about, the Drew Breeses of the world, the Phillip Rivers of the world. Really, if only people who hit the ground running and was great was Peyton Manning.
Tom Brady took some time. His first year wasn't. If
So
you look
he
at
wasn't.
the numbers,
So really, it was Peyton Manning. It was not even Brett, bro. Like, you talking about the Brett Favres of the world.
All he can think about is Peyton Manning.
Bro, that's all I'm trying to really think. I mean, Dan Marino was one.
I don't think my football memory goes back that far.
Yeah, but no, if you really look at it, most of the greats, they were sitting out first 2 years developing.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning, really, he looked like a fucking Jameis Winston like 2 years ago when he had like them picks. He had the most picks. So people loved him.
Now
He
they're
had a
running
great
the family.
But you know what I mean? So I felt like people were a little bit too hard on Tua. And I get it. He came from a guy, he came from Alabama, top pick, play with Nick Saban. So people were expecting a lot of him coming out automatically.
Know why.
It's
Alabama
just the game we in now.
quarterbacks in the NFL do not translate historically, so we have to cut that out.
Yeah,
Until the new wave of Alabama quarterbacks show us.
I'm gonna say this though. What Alabama quarterback really had?
Look at Jerry
top
shaking the
tiers,
damn mic.
I'm sorry. What? No, let's look. The past couple years, it's going back all the way down to AJ McCarron. What quarterback? What Alabama quarterback was really skilled, like top level skill?
Remember, AJ McCarron was supposed to be that dude?
But because he was playing in Alabama.
No, in college, yes.
She's
But I'm
right.
talking about
He
in the
was supposed to be that
NFL.
dude.
But it was the system. It was Alabama. What
Hence-
made
I
him look so
agree.
great.
Hence
I
my
agree.
point, Alabama quarterbacks and Ohio State quarterbacks do not translate well in the NFL. What team
But
did
they're not that great. They're not that. They're more athletes. If you look at Alabama and you look at Ohio State, how they play their, I don't want to get too much in college football, but they play more toward, they play the RPO. They get more athletes as quarterbacks. They don't get pure passing quarterbacks.
And they have an entire team of either wide receivers or running backs.
Because they get
in the NFL with
athletes.
them.
Bro, if
Facts.
Alabama be getting 5-star recruits, like, bro, most of the 5-star recruits go to Alabama. So they get mostly athletes. So I look at it as like, I understand. I agree with you where you're saying most Alabama quarterbacks aren't that great, but I mean, if you look at their mechanics, if you look at most of Alabama's quarterbacks' mechanics, they're not supposed to be great to begin with.
I didn't say they weren't great. I said they don't translate in the NFL.
But they're not supposed to.
You can take it how you want to take it, okay? And some Alabama fans might be tight at you. They might be hitting us up like,
I don't care,
"You talking
man.
shit."
How you gonna be tight for me to say the truth, bro? I don't know about that, man. I'm not. Alabama's a great organization, but they get athletes. They don't. Nick Saban don't be. I never. If you talk about a Nick Saban, I'm not thinking, man, he's a QB guru, man. No, he's just a great coach. He puts together a great system. He knows how to recruit great athletes
And how to make it do what it do.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy G.
That was a good look for the Raiders, man.
I think that was a good look.
But I think that was a good look for them.
Yeah, because
they
he
paid
knows.
cheap.
But and not only that, I mean, whatever, they paid him cheap, but Josh McDaniels knows him. He was there on the Patriots.
Be gassing Josh
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta stay.
It don't got nothing to do with gassing him. It's the fact that he knows him. He knows the relationship. So get a quarterback.
I gotta state the unpopular opinion. I don't understand where all the Jimmy G hate comes from.
You think he's good?
You don't think he's that good?
You think he's good?
I think he's good. Like, I think for a guy who gets you to the conference championship or further,
and the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he don't do that much. I think that's why people don't really. People want to see him do. They want to see him carry the team. He's not that guy. I think he can in certain.
But wait. We all know that he's not that guy. So why do we keep putting that expectation on it if he's not that guy?
That's a valid point. Because for me,
winners,
Jimmy G, he does what you say. Like, we know where his bar is.
Right.
I would like to see him.
He's not.
But I don't have that expectation that he will.
So I'll say to switch it over to like a basketball perspective, right? He's not Steph Curry. He's not going to snap and give you 10 threes, 15 threes. He's more like a 2023 Chris Paul.
I saw a stat. They said like he had like, I think his whole career. I think it was last season or his whole career. He had like 4 deep pass touchdowns.
Stop.
Y'all gotta cut it out.
Wait, I'm saying no. I'm saying he's not a Steph Curry. He's not at quarterback. He's not a Steph Curry.
That's
he's
true.
more like a, you feel me, Chris Paul on the way out the league, just out there running the show, getting the ball to where it needs to be, hitting the shots, hitting the open layups. You feel me? That's what it is. That's what
maybe Josh McDaniels, right, in the past knew him. Let's see what happens now. But maybe being familiar with him, knowing his strengths and his weaknesses, let's see if Jimmy G going to be, I'm not going to say he's going to be like the greatest guy ever, but is he going to be on Derek Carr level or better? You know what I'm saying?
They need him to be a
I don't think Derek Carr was anything impressive either.
But Derek Carr, to me, outside of that year or two when they had the Raiders clicking, he's similar to me in regards like, I know his bar is here, but I need you to take it up another level, and you haven't done that yet for whatever reason.
So wait, let me take it back just one half a step, right? You know his bar is here, right? Athletes understand this, right? Once you show your coach how fast you could really run, how much you could really lift, how hard you could really work, they'll never expect anything less than that. So Derek Carr, once you show this, a lot of these quarterbacks, once you show a lot of these athletes in the league, once you show this your bar, it's almost like anything less than that, I'm not. Kind of thing. Yeah. So Derek Carr is like, you guys could say he showed us this, and then he's been this for the past X amount of years.
But back to your point, why do we put all this extra expectations on what they're showing us?
But like you said,
you gotta win a certain way in this league. It's always been like that.
Watch I'm gonna be very clear.
Okay.
And this is what I believe.
Mm-hmm. All right.
The Josh McDaniels experiment is going to work, but it's not going to work instantaneously because you got to take that Raiders culture. I'm so serious.
Josh McDaniels.
And he gonna mix it a little
Bill
bit with
Belichick's whole pedigree.
Pay attention to what he's doing, right?
Okay.
Darren Waller gone. And rumor has it they got a little tiff. Who cares about that? But Darren Waller gone because to Josh McDaniels look like, you don't fit in my scheme long run. Who he pick up? Jacoby Myers, right? Mm-hmm. They franchise tag Josh Jacobs. They got a running back room like crazy.
No. Oh yeah,
they got a running back committee like crazy. They just haven't used them because Josh Jacobs is the guy.
And that's a good thing because Jimmy needs that.
Pay attention to how Josh McDaniels is moving. It's very Patriot-like, but it's not sudden. It's not brash.
But
pay attention. Matt Patricia tried to do the same thing in Detroit, but Matt Patricia was too. They said he was a dick. Let's be real, very, and it doesn't always work.
You know why free agents don't want to go to the Patriots, right?
I heard, but I can't confirm or deny because that's my team, and we riding.
You know why big name free agents look at the Patriots like, man, if they ain't about to go all the way.
Listen,
because the organization, they don't.
Not only that.
Yeah, the organization. They don't nobody want. They say it's the military. It's a boot camp.
Listen, so it's either you with it or you not. What you want me to tell you?
See,
that
only works when your owner is Robert Kraft and you get to have all the say. Josh McDaniels, he about to be out in 2 years.
Nah, Mark Davis believes in him. He sees the long vision.
All right.
He does.
Yeah, he gonna get rid of him.
On this clip, for my viewers who don't know, for the viewers who don't know who Mark Davis is. Just put up a little picture and see if he's going to lead them to a Super Bowl ring.
I can't stand y'all. Wait, Jimmy G signed 3 years, $67 million with $34 million guaranteed.
That's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Jacoby Myers.
I'm going to say this. Daniel Jones. I know people going to be mad. I don't care.
Jones
We in New York. I do not care.
Sorry.
Daniel Jones is... I'm going to say this. I don't give a fuck. The most overpaid new quarterback today. So if you can pay somebody like Jimmy G, who I would say is better
get more money than Daniel Jones?
Yes, definitely. And you pay him a quarter of what the New York Giants paid them, you won. You definitely won.
Giants making moves on the low, though. It's like the Giants and Jets trying to battle. They need a freaking they need receivers. Sterling Shepard,
Yeah, I know.
still? No disrespect, Sterling.
Still.
I ain't seen my man's like, come on now.
Wait, let me comment on the
Jimmy G thing?
the Daniel Jones thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
Daniel
go
Jones thing.
This is I work with a bunch of Giants fans or whatever. We argue back and forth. I said this from day one, made my opinion very clear on what I thought of Daniel Jones, right? And as an Eagles fan, being in the NFC East, I said, you guys paid Daniel Jones. That's the best thing you could do for us for the next 4 years, right? I'm sorry, no disrespect. But the point I was making was I think that they're signing Daniel Jones. Not that I'm agreeing with this. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Yeah. They're signing him with Brian Dable, hoping that with that skill set, he has a unique skill set. He could run. He has an arm. Not saying he's the best decision maker, the best passer, but he's capable of doing those things. Yeah. They're signing him to that money with Brian Dable kind of, was that asterisk behind what he's going to turn him into kind of thing. Just like Josh Allen had his best year when he had Brian Dable. They're trying to mimic the same kind of success, hoping that he'll turn out and that money will,
They're hoping for progression.
Exactly.
I just don't see New York. That's not going to happen.
But from
not going to happen.
My perspective, you pay a guy who had less touchdown passes than Russell Wilson.
Bro.
Sorry.
With an 86, 85 million guarantee? Oh, Lord have mercy.
Listen, Linda.
Lord have mercy.
Jonathan Jones, I called it because that's what just the Patriots do. They let their top guys go test the market because they don't want to pay and then sign him right back. So that's what they did. Aaron Rodgers, right? Oh, allegedly, because all this information is always leaking and we don't never know where the fuck it's leaking from.
Can we talk about that real quick, though? Why now? And see, I personally think it's a conspiracy. I don't care what people say.
Here we go. We're not doing this.
We're going to talk about this. See, these lucrative TV deals got these owners playing chatty patty.
You think the owners is leaking information?
But hell yeah, they are. Because they don't really want to pay these players. So they trying to leak all this bullshit out here.
So which owner is leaking? Because the Jets just said, we ain't saying shit.
Bro, they got the organization people in the front office. Yo, leak this shit to this motherfucker. Leak this to that person. Yo, he want to do this.
Not saying I'm agreeing or disagreeing, but sometimes when that leak go right from here to the desk to the ESPN desk.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
This is all they're pulling, not to try to kind of like mess with the market without directly messing with the market.
But
so they want to leak certain things.
Aaron Rodgers finally confirms, because it's like, oh, what is he gonna do? It'd be funny if he plays the Jets, right? He finally confirms, I intend to play for the Jets. Okay, Aaron Rodgers. When you have a conversation, we're not gonna say he demanded, but when you have a conversation and say, yo, I'm coming, but try to get Randall Cobb, try to get Allen Lazard, try to get Mercedes Lewis, try to get OBJ. Okay, Allen Lazard, I'll give you. Mercedes Lewis? Okay.
Bro, come on.
Randall Cobb,
bro?
All right, as a GM,
that's his butt buddy, bro.
As a new
love him,
GM,
bro. You don't never want to let him go.
But Randall Cobb is more towards the end. I wouldn't. If I'm the Jets, I'm like, no,
I would have heard that. I would have said, go back in the dark. Go back to the dark.
Because then what you really gonna? First of all, they're not getting all those acquisitions. Let's say that. But you got Garrett Wilson. Corey Davis is like, okay.
Yeah.
You said Elijah Moore, right? Like,
Uzoma, the other tight end.
OBJ, obviously we know what he could be, but 2 ACLs and we don't know what he is like.
He is.
And he's charging, his price tag is like 15 to 20 mil.
20
yeah, he want to get the bag.
He want to get paid.
He want to get the bag.
It's just, I mean.
Cowboys should take him. They think
who has the fucking leverage?
The Jets.
Why did I would
say even though people are gonna say, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers," I would say the Jets, because the Jets are one QB away from being in the contention to win now.
I feel like the Jets are desperate, because listen,
they are definitely.
You ain't got Jimmy G, Andy Dalton just signed somewhere. I think the Panthers. Freaking. You got rid of Mike White, who you was putting your hat on.
Yeah. You don't trust Zach Wilson.
Baker Mayfield, fucking
Booty Baker.
Yeah, So who you got left? Teddy Bridgewater injury
Lamar,
away.
they better stop that.
Listen, Lamar is available for everybody, so everybody jump on it.
That's why I say low key. If you think football minded, if you a business, think football and business minded.
Lauren said it first last week. Now everybody, ESPN and all of y'all, now y'all saying it. You said it last week.
You the Jets. You sitting up here listening to this 40-year-old make requests for all 30-year-olds, right? And you know this young MVP ain't nobody talking to him, ain't nobody.
I look, you find that disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I see the Jets are on the market for a quarterback and they're trying to win now.
Every team is on the market for the quarterback, which I love. That I think is Lamar Jackson's ball game, because these teams allegedly said, "Oh, we're not interested."
Bro,
no,
that's
the Falcons.
Conspiracy
You
shit again.
need a quarterback.
That's
Commanders,
that conspiracy shit again.
Dan Snyder, your life is a mess. You got the bag. You need a quarterback. Colts, you need a quarterback. Titans, you need a quarterback. Texans, you need a quarterback. Bucks, you need a quarterback. Patriots, goddamn, you need a quarterback. Like,
now they got their quarterback at Bailey Zappi. I'm a Bailey Zappi fan.
Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones, same person, bro.
Nah.
Bailey Zappi just click with the offense a
Bailey
little better.
Zappi just more athletic. That's what I'm gonna say.
Same person. I feel like Spider-Man gift.
Mac Jones is the age of the. Let me just say this: age of the pocket passer. It's done. That's all you could do.
Yeah, it's over for you.
You got to move.
Go
Even
learn how
Tom
to
Brady
block
on
or
his way
something.
out was scrambling last year.
Barely, or throwing it in the dirt.
Trying
One of the
to-
two. Like,
Trying to do no look passes like he was Patrick Mahomes. He was trying to adapt.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think, see these owners, these teams now, I'm gonna speak really, they're Michigan State, man, because they like to leak bullshit, and I think that's what they're really doing with Lamar, bro. I think, like, everybody, like we talked about last week, everybody saying no, and everybody now, like these commentators, I was watching something, bro. Oh, Lamar, his whole it's his fifth year, right? Oh, he missed 11 games. That's terrible, bro. 11 fucking games for a football player, bro. MVP, bro.
And look
Come
how
on, bro.
you're
just with the bullshit.
And to back you up, look how you utilizing him, right?
Bro.
He knows how to run an offense. So that whole argument that he can't throw in the pocket, what the fuck was he doing in college?
Come on, man. Cat, bro.
Like, what was he doing in college?
I just look at all these arguments as just an excuse not to pay. I think that what they're doing is like, let's teach this young independent superstar.
That's it. Teach him a lesson.
You
need the agent.
Yeah.
You need to be trying to work with your team. Right. You trying to be this whole new guy. You trying to
but he's
break
not
this
the
new
first
ceiling.
one. And I know these other athletes that I'm gonna say aren't
who's been the biggest?
Yeah, but they aren't quarterbacks.
Well,
yes.
wait, time out. Let's also add the 2-3 dudes they just paid didn't have agents.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
But see, they probably played ball with them. They're probably, okay, man. So
Roquan Smith came over from the Bears.
Give me whatever I could take. Lamar, like, nah, fuck you. You better pay me this. I need
even though Bobby Wagner isn't on the Ravens, but he got a nice bag. Richard Sherman did it, but he's not the first one, right?
But this is how I feel like, like a lot of shit's leaking, Cap. I saw one report was like, the Raiders gave. The Ravens gave Lamar 130 guaranteed, and somebody, they gave him 200 million guaranteed. It's cap, bro.
But I love. I'm here for the gifts for Lamar. I don't even follow Lamar on social media, but I'll just type his name in every once in a while just to see the gifts, because he is funny. Did you see his response to the 200 million? I'm here for that. With the hats, and then like the face, like. And he's not saying anything, and I give him the respect for that. I will say this: for people that don't know, Lamar Jackson, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, former MVP.
Top 5.
If he's not on the field, the Ravens aren't winning. I don't even know which one's my camera. I'm assuming it's this one. If he's not on the field,
they won a playoff game this year. They would have beat Cincinnati. Period.
So pay him, right? It's just that simple. He doesn't have an agent. You could get into the nuance. Some people argue, yes, he needs one. He doesn't need one. He's not totally in the dark, okay? The NFLPA can help him with his contracts and oversee it. What the NFLPA can't do is they can't negotiate on his behalf with a NFL team. So they have their limit.
Yeah.
And also to add to, players aren't stupid. Like, these guys, like, for the most part, if you making a career out of this football stuff, you know everything that's going on from the type of contract that they offer you to, you know, who's being paid more than you, who's being paid less to you. So to not having an agent thing, the agent is your lawyer. If you want, if you really want to know what an agent is for, every agent is a lawyer. Like, if you want to get into it, or every agency has several lawyers. So your agent is just your legal aid kind of thing. I'm not saying he's not here to make you money or not make you money, but he's here more so to protect you from you being taken advantage of. But when you a caliber of former MVP, in your prime, 45, 40 something, and 15 in the teens losses, it's beyond, I'm not saying it's beyond the agent kind of thing, but that all his injuries, not having the agent, all of that stuff is baby talk.
Do you think he's staying on the Ravens, yes or no?
This season.
Do you think the Ravens pay him that bag, or do you think another team snatches him up? We got a long off season to go, so anything can happen.
It's a long off season. So we're not in the market for a quarterback only going to stand up for so long.
Yeah, I think it's
after the draft we'll really see.
You know what I mean?
After the draft we'll really
How about you? You think he's staying or he going? And just right now, opinions could change.
Mm-hmm. I think honestly, he not playing for the Ravens. He not. It's over. I'm telling you, after the draft, everything materialized right before OTAs. Somebody gonna look. Coaches is gonna know shit. I'm on the chopping block. I need somebody. Shit, we did all our pickups. We done.
Is it a coach's thing or is
we got our free agencies. Shit, I got 40, 50s, 60 million.
Right.
Left in cap space. Shit, I could try to maneuver some. One of my finance people can come in. We could get Lamar if we move some money here and this and this. Let's try to talk to him.
I think conversations are being had now behind the scenes because let's be real, they always have contingency plans, right? To your point and your point, nobody wants to say anything publicly. But those teams that have him on the board, they know what the fuck they want to do.
Oh, yeah. But see, I think certain teams they need certain other pieces before they're going to attack.
For sure. And another thing, too, why teams are so slow to make an offer, too, because they don't want to come in and be like, oh, you guys are going to franchise tag him for this much? We're going to offer him this. And then the Ravens be like, oh, no, well, now we're going to pay him. And now they don't want to feel like we do all this work to allocate these funds and move this stuff around. And we get ready to bring it to the table. And y'all be like, nah, we're just going to give him what we was going to give him.
And this is what needs to be said because the way the media is portraying it like it's just A
versus B.
And B, no, it's so much in between. It's not so black.
It's business. It's
not so black and white.
Take football. I mean, for the most part, you could take football completely out of it. Yeah. Outside the stats, take football out of it.
It's business. It's just really. I look at it like this. Right now, you have somebody who has a right of first refusal on a player. So, like I've seen it in my profession. I'm in commercial real estate. I've seen it where people have you have plot of land, they'll sell it to somebody and they give them one plot and say, yo, you have a right of first refusal to everything else. So somebody will come along and say, shit, I really want this plot, but do I want to price out the plot of land for this other person who has the right of first refusal to understand what it's really worth in the market so then I can slightly either underpay or overpay or even match exactly that because I know exactly what it is. So now I know exactly what my land is worth now. Same thing with the player. That's exactly what the Ravens are doing right now. Right. They have a right. They basically have a right of first refusal on Lamar Jackson. And they can now, every other team can basically give true value to what Lamar is. And do you really want to do that? Because if you do, you have a good chance of losing out. Because as much as I look at it like this, especially you look in business, you want to, in certain negotiations, certain situations like this, you want to listen to the opposite of what somebody's saying. Right. So if somebody telling you, I don't really want them, nah, you really fucking want them. You dead ass want them, but you want somebody else to give you the price of what they really worth, so you can come in last second and take it.
And
just like they saying, oh, missing all these games and this and that. I don't know if people know.
He didn't even miss that many games.
Lamar could have came back and played the last 2 games this season. But why would he put his body on the line where y'all not even about to offer me a fully guaranteed contract?
And I'm in agreement with that. But the way the media tried to paint him like, oh, he's selfish and he's this. Make up your mind. He's selfish because he didn't play the last few games because he was hurt or chose not to. But in the same breath, you basically called him dumb because he decided to play the season.
It's the culture, bro. This is that NFL culture.
This is what I want people to do. This is what I wish I could people
without
could do.
signing a contract.
Yeah, some bullshit.
This is what I wish people could do. Sign up and just get hit by a football player. You tell me what injury prone is. Tell me if injury prone is a thing. You tell me, like, people tell me what injury prone. You think you got grown men, weighing anywhere between 185 pounds or 345 pounds.
And that's on the light side.
Right.
Okay?
Running into each other full speed, and the people have the nerve to talk about injury prone. Football is 100% injury rate. Like, please, yes, some injuries may be more severe than the next. You know what I mean?
But mortality either instantly or later on down the line.
Come on.
Producer saying we got to wrap it up. Okay. So I'm just going to say this. Whatever team Lamar lands on, and I'm in agreement with you, I don't think he's going to stay on the Ravens, needs fucking receivers.
Yes.
End of story.
Yes.
That's that.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to segue. Jamel Dean is on the Bucs, but the Bucs are so hilarious to me. They got rid of their fucking offensive coordinator, which I think is dumb. It's not his fault. Like, they had a bad season under Tom Brady, so that was fucking dumb. Brian Leftwich, that was dumb, but whatever.
He was the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, right? But one bad year, whatever. Anyway, I digress. They got Baker Mayfield. Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. Yeah. I want to talk about the Bears real quick and the moves that they're making that nobody's fucking talking about because for some reason they decided to.
Shout out to Justin Fields, man.
First of all, they're trying to tighten up that offensive line. They got fucking Tremaine Edmonds from the Bills. They got fucking Nate Davis. They got DeMarcus Walker from the Titans. They got TJ Edwards, another linebacker from the Eagles. They got fucking DJ Moore from the Panthers.
That was a big.
I don't know what they're gonna do with Chase Claypool, DJ Moore.
Mooney.
Listen,
that's a squad.
Listen,
Chase Claypool, you don't owe him no money.
And they got a great running game.
They got a good running game, and Justin Fields is on fucking steroids. So if that line can get it together, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Justin Fields, future MVP.
The Broncos going crazy. The Broncos just need to tighten up that O-line.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Payton trying. He trying.
Russell Wilson, get to work. I don't want to hear nothing from them. I don't want to hear nothing from the Broncos. I watched that defense.
That defense
some games.
Crazy.
I watched them.
That defense is
fucking sick. I watched them
sick.
Come back, strap up man to man. I watched some safeties drive on plays, force some PBU. Man,
and that
Russell
defense
Wilson,
wasn't even 100% healthy.
Right.
That defense was going crazy.
That's a ball. That's a team right there.
Okay, AFC West needs Chiefs.
O-line.
Yeah,
deep back end safeties, corners.
They definitely do.
And receivers, I feel like. I mean,
they definitely need an edge rusher because Chris Jones by himself.
Get Juju out of here, bro.
Juju on the Patriots.
Oh, they did, right? Oh,
baby, free agency going crazy.
So they need some receivers.
I feel like they need some receivers. What the fuck? What he gonna do?
What is Juju?
That's what I'm saying. I said, what he gonna do? I'm
like,
Juju? Okay. Broncos. What do you think they need?
Russell Wilson.
Run game.
They need a run
game. Because Russell Wilson has always been great with a run game.
So
they need.
And a line. They need a line. They need to tighten up the line.
But in Seattle, he always have a line.
He barely had a line in Seattle ever.
But he had a good run game though.
All right, but I'm just saying Russell Wilson just need to
when you play
superior defense like that, it's only defense wins championships. I'm sorry, when you play defense like that, it's only 24 points a game to get you there.
I got a soft spot for us.
I did until
I did until I saw that.
Every week it was just like yo.
Nathaniel Hackett, we not gonna blame him a little bit.
I mean, yeah, he hired all first-year coordinators and with a first-year head coach. That was a recipe for disaster, man.
Raiders definitely need a secondary.
Yes.
Definitely need an O-line.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Yeah. You want to know what's funny? What was it, 2 drafts ago? The Raiders drafted like 2-3 safeties.
Yeah.
back to back.
Definitely need to learn to fucking draft better.
And now we here talking about a secondary.
Because those motherfuckers was trash. Chargers, what do they need? Definitely a tight end.
Everything.
Fucking
I'm a Chargers fan. I'll tell you, they need.
You are a Chargers fan.
I'm a Justin Herbert fan. I think he got the strongest arm in the league.
He nice.
I don't care. Like if you lined up every quarterback, I think he throwing that thing.
Listen,
I heard Austin Eckler want to get traded.
No, you heard right. He requested to be the fuck about it
because they ain't paying for what he
did.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Bro,
so you know how that go.
Back to back
Request to be traded. And that bag should come.
Yeah.
Oh, it is gonna come because you know, like what I said last week. When you see your name and you see your contract and what everybody else making it, what you produce.
Shout out to me.
20 touchdowns.
Let me just say this real quick. Let me just say this real quick. While everybody was on that Jonathan Taylor running back when everybody was on that Jonathan Taylor train in fantasy football. Your girl had Austin Eckler in every single draft and Josh Jacobs in every single draft. I was on 16s and baby, I was fucking people up, okay?
Josh Jacobs a whole office in himself.
That's all I want to say. And dang, man, our show is done that quick. But follow us everywhere. Share, like, subscribe. You know, Lawrence always coming through with the gems. Jerry always coming through with that fire. And I'm just me. I want to shout out, you know what I'm saying? Black women deserve luxury. Shout out the Bougie Urbanite brand. You can follow them on Instagram. They make stuff to order. You know what I'm saying? Get you one for you, your mama, your sisters, your man, your nephew.
All that.
All of that. And dang, man. Until next week.
Yeah.
Later, y'all.
Never wifey, old bays, and they going both ways. Hot nights, cold days. I ain't fucking no strays. Me cover, no way. I won't even bother if she.